Each day, the reality of our mortality faces us, and never so much so than during the last 18 months or so. Hello, my name is Janelle Grand Primo, and I chose to represent and remember Dougie using a color that best exemplifies who he was, a ray of sunshine. For the first 15 years of Douglas's life, our families could stand on the respective porches and see each other on the opposite side of Redwood Crescent. In school year 1996-1997, I had the awesome privilege of becoming a teacher to one of my favorite little neighbors, Dougie. When the dynamics shifted for us, Douglas showed me the utmost of respect when he had to code shift from calling me Janelle to calling me Miss Grant. During the time we spent in that professional relationship, Douglas was the funny, fun-loving, disciplined student who gave 110% of whatever he had. To the best of my knowledge, Douglas did not have an enemy, and everyone loved him. What I admired most about him is that whatever task was thrown to him, he got it. Miss Gittens, on behalf of my family, the Adrians of Redwood Crescent, my mom and dad, the Grants, and my brother Jason, I want to express my sincerest condolences on the loss of your son, Douglas. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you for loaning us and for raising an exemplary young man. Douglas's loss is not only your loss, but it's the loss to the community of Linden as a whole, to his friends, Jamela Bailey, Beacom Robinson, just to name two, and to the people of Guyana. One memory, actually the last memory I had of my interaction with Douglas, was the day after his birthday in 1997. That was also the day that I left the country. I remember him coming to our house and standing at the gate, and he was very emotional and asking why I had to leave at the time that I had to, and when he was going to see me again. 24 years ago, I did not know the answer to that question. Today I do. I want to thank you for instilling the foundation to a young man who was full of integrity, passion, and dedication that shone in everything that he did. His passion for sports, for leisure, for everything just shone through so brilliantly. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Good afternoon. I'm former teacher of the Mackenzie High School, where I would have taught agricultural and integrated sciences. I know Douglas Gittens during my stint at the Mackenzie High School. In fact, his mom being the secretary of the school, he was there. He was part of the Mackenzie High School family from birth. And I am also realizing that he taught there, having attended there. I remember him as a very mannerly and respectful child. I was in contact with him during the election period in Ghana, and we've had quite a few positive discourse. He was a strong person, had a very unique personality. I think you could have said anything to him and it didn't offend him. And he and I made jokes, and it was always cordial and respectful. I promised that when I returned to Guyana sometime soon, I would have been in contact with him for us to continue our discussions. I also recall that during his appointment as vice chairman of the Regional Democratic Council, I would have congratulated him and wish him all the best. To Ina and family, I express my deepest condolences in this time. No parent should have to bury their child. I know it's hard, having been through that myself. To the Mackenzie High School family, I express my condolences. To the Regional Democratic Council, Region 10, I extend my condolences. Douglas, you've done your part. You've done it your way. You made us proud. Sleep on, my brother. Please. To the people of Linden, continue to be vigilant. COVID is real. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Sanitize or wash hands. And get vaccinated. Farewell. Farewell, my son.
Hi, I'm just here to give my condolences to the Gittens family on the recent passing of their son, Douglas Gittens. Douglas and I attended Mackenzie High School from the year 1993 to 1998. We were all in the same level, but we were in different classes and different streams, but we knew each other. And growing up, I remember Douglas was very funny. There were a group of boys who were at the Lighthouse building, and they were always so hilarious and so jovial and just full of life. And after I graduated from Mackenzie High School in 1998, we still, said hi to each other and stuff like that. I'm so grateful for the internet, that we could have all kept in contact. So it was so sad to hear about his passing, and I just want to give my sincerest condolences, and just to let you know that God is in charge, and I will be praying for you guys. It's not easy, and I just keep praying that God keeps strengthening you and just wrap you under his wings, because these are really trying times, and to lose a loved one, it's not easy. So look to the hills, from whence cometh your help. Your help cometh from the Lord. And I just want you guys to just remember God in everything, and just keep, in times of help and in times of need, just cling to him, because he is the author and finisher of all things, and he will carry you through this. So on behalf of myself, that is the Walsh family and the Obermuller family, I would like to give you again my sincere and heartfelt condolences on the passing of your loved one, Douglas Gittens, aka Dougie. May your soul rest in eternal peace.
Hi, good day everyone. I just want to take this time to recognize a young man who passed recently, Mr. Douglas Gittens. He was the vice chairman for Region 10. Mr. Gittens, as we all know, was a young man who worked very hard in this region. So I would like to take this time on behalf of the arts, the folks in the art, that is from Lighthouse, and the Mike James Drama Group, also the Unified Musicians Organization. I want to take this time to send condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Douglas Gittens. He was hardworking, he was a very loving guy, and we want to remember him for the work that he has done in his intent and the support that he has given to the young people in this region. May his soul rest in peace.
Douglas Charles Gittens, affectionately called Dougie by members of our household and others who knew him well, was like a brother to us. He was the brother we never had. We grew up opposite each other in Redwood Crescent for as long as I can remember. He was always there at family gatherings, parties, any stuff. He was there with us. We were there at him. We grew up playing in his house. He played at ours. As a matter of fact, when we were younger, his house was always the interesting place to be because it always had a lot of toys and it had a lot of books. And it had a lot of hiding places. As we grew up, he started being interested in sports. He started playing football. He started playing basketball in our yard. He started being interested in athletics with my cousins. And they would always have a grand time playing. I entered Mackenzie High School soon after, like about 2 years after he came to Mackenzie High School. So not only was our neighbor, but he was also my schoolmate. When I heard the news that he became regional vice chairman, I was very elated because I know he was a passionate young man. I know he was brilliant. I know he was full of life and he was enthusiastic in everything that he did. I was also happy when I heard that he was a teacher when he was teaching high school. And I knew his pupils loved him because they would always be there. He started having lessons for his students and he always had a bond with his students. Douglas was very full of life. He was passionate. He was enthusiastic in serving people and serving the members of his community. So I know politics would have served him well. When I got the news, when I saw the news on Friday, the Friday that he had tested positive for the COVID virus, I was very sad. But then I had hope and I had potentials that that he would have, pulled through because I saw everybody was writing and they were wishing him speedy recovery. I too was one that wished him a speedy recovery. Then I got home from work the fateful Sunday and the news hit me that Douglas had succumbed to his illness. I was very sad. At that moment, I shed tears because not only was he the regional vice chairman for Linden, but also he was like a brother to us, the brother that we never had. So I realized that got personal and it got close to home. But then I had to console myself and saying God's will must be done. And, the Bible says it's appointed unto man once to die. So that's something that we all have to face, whether we like it or not. But I just want to say to the grieving family, to Douglas's mom and the rest of the home circle, I just want them to take comfort in knowing that God knows best and that he is always there. He's in charge of every situation. And he's closer, even though it may seem at this point as he has deserted us or he has abandoned us, but he is there. Call upon him in anything and you'll be there. So on behalf of my family, myself and my family, we want to wish condolences to Ms. Gittens and the rest of the Gittens family, Gittens Home Circle, in the passing of our brother, our son, our friend, our neighbor, our schoolmate, Douglas Gittens. May his soul rest in eternal peace and rise in glory. Thank you.
Douglas Charles Gittens, the 25th of May 1982. Douglas, this is a very hard video to make, but sleep in peace, my brother. You would have been classmates from since 4th form into 6th form. We've had several conversations as it relates to politics and so, but this is like a real blow to the political fraternity, to the school fraternity, and to everybody in Linden, and even more so Region 10. So sleep in peace again. My condolences to Miss Gittens. I know that it's going to be difficult, and so goodbye, Douglas.
Good afternoon. My name is Roxanne Niles Aline, and I take this opportunity to extend my deepest condolence to Miss Ina Gittens and her family on the loss of our dear friend Douglas Gittens. I would have had the opportunity of being acquainted with Douglas since high school, my high school years, and even after I would have completed my educational journey at Mackenzie High, myself and Douglas, we maintained a friendship. Through Douglas, I would have had the opportunity to be acquainted with many more great alumni members, Wayne and Horace Riley, and this loss has ripped through the hearts of our community because Douglas was such a sweet soul. He was such a kind person. He was such a loyal friend, and I just want to reassure you, Ms. Gittens, that we are here as a body, as a community, to rally around you, to uplift you and your family in prayers as we all go through this grievance in losing Douglas. I know the Word of God definitely reminds us that blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. So I just want to let you know that you're not alone, and you have extra shoulders to cry on should you need a support system. Just know that the Mackenzie High School Alumni Association and all the members herein are here for you. We love Douglas. He will forever be missed, and his legacy will live on in the hearts of those he has touched during his life here on earth, and I know definitely we're going to remember Douglas.
Hello everyone, this is Miss McLean. I can say that I've known Douglas for quite a while now. Maybe I can say as early as in the womb, because I attended Mackenzie High School while his mom worked there, and during that time when she was pregnant, I was also a student. I also recall knowing him as a little kid growing up, whilst I was also a student at Mackenzie High School. Then I returned and taught at Mackenzie High School, and while teaching at Mackenzie High School from 1993 to 1998, Douglas was also one of my students. I can safely say that Douglas was one of the great students that I've taught. He was very giving, very loving, very enthusiastic, and he was very willing. He would do anything that you ask him to do without a frown or a fret, you know. I can recall fond memories of him, and I can share a few with you. I can recall, I think it was when he was in the third or fourth form, I was teaching math, and I had lessons. At that time, I was sharing a room with Miss Chase in the teacher's compound, and on the bottom flat, we had a little room that we used to conduct lessons. And there was one time I think we decided to have a little cookout, a little bush cook, as we call it. And when we ran out of ingredients, Douglas volunteered and went to raid his mom's kitchen to get us the ingredients that we needed to complete our bush cook. And I think at that time we were cooking fried rice. It was such a joyful time. And then I can also recall at one time Mrs. McDonald, who was in charge of Carlos at that time, was away on maternity leave, and she had left me in charge of running the house and also conducting the inter-school sports at that time. I had no clue of what to do, but with the help of the students, we were successful in getting first place at the time. And I can recall that there were times when I had no student to partake in some of the events, and Douglas willingly volunteered. He wasn't an athlete, but he willingly volunteered to partake, even if it's just to give us that 1 point to push us over the edge so that we could have won first place. And that year we did win first place. I can say that Douglas was one of those students who embodies the spirit of giving, of sharing, of putting his all put himself above others, you know, put himself above so that he can help others. And that, I think, also took place that helped him to decide that he wanted to, you know, give back and become a teacher, to share his knowledge and his love, you know, for people. That was also, I think, one of the reasons why he also became involved in politics, because he was so giving, he was so sharing. He was that type of person. I can also recall when Douglas visited the U.S. sometime around 2016. And he reached out to me, and every single day, Douglas and I chatted on the phone. We talked, you know, and he was one of those few students who really reached out to me and you know, continued the lines of communication. And even though he went back to Guyana, we still continued to talk, you know. And it's only in the last few years that we didn't keep in touch as much as we used to. And I didn't realize that because, you know, life, he became heavily involved in politics, school and teaching and, you know, everyday life. But he was the kind of person that will check on you, make sure you're okay, and just keep reaching out to you. And I want to encourage other past students, friends, relatives of Douglas, you know, we need to reach out to each other because we never know when our time is coming. You know, life is so short. We are only here for a short time, and we never know when it's our turn to go to be with our Lord and Savior. So I want to encourage us to just reach out to each other, even if it's just to say a hi, hello, how are you doing, you know, just once in a while, just check on each other and make sure that everybody's, you know, the person that you care about is okay, because we never know when that time is going to come for us to go, you know. Miss Gittens, I can empathize with you, and I know the few words that we are saying here today cannot compensate for your loss. And I know that it's hard for you to understand why this has happened, but God has a reason, and we don't know his reason. But what I can encourage you to do is to hold on, hold strong, and be firm and have faith. You know, God is there, and he can see you through, as he always will. He will see you through this time of grief. On behalf of my family, I want to extend sincere condolences to the Gittens family, all relatives of Douglas, all his friends and extended relatives, you know, at this time. And I pray that we can all remember him as one who was very giving and very loving and very friendly. My sincere condolences once again.
Dear Ina, Douglas came into your life to be a beacon of light. His light shone brightly in his quest to help humanity. I remember him as a little chubby-faced boy who attended Sabbath school and church with his grandmother. I was not around as he served his community, but the accolades attributed to him are very positive. We may not understand the challenges of this life. However, you can cherish the memories of your lovely son. May God continue to bless and strengthen you. Remember, God is in control. He knows the end from the beginning. You and your family are in my prayers. Florence Allen.
My name is Andrew James, and one of the most difficult tasks is giving a tribute and a memory of someone your age, someone you went to school with, someone you shared the same school and classroom with. I would like to first extend my heartfelt sympathy to Miss Ina Gittens on the passing of her only son. On behalf of everyone at the Mackenzie High School Alumni Association North American Chapter, I would like to let you know that our hearts and our prayers are with you at this very difficult time. I would like to, of course, describe Douglas Charles Gittens as a seed that was planted on good soil. Douglas had a noble and a good heart. This is one individual who had, in my lens, no enemies. And he embodies so much that reflect Mackenzie High School in the way he worked hard and he played hard. I remember during one of my visits to Guyana in 2012, a friend of mine, the Dr. Ramisa McDonald and myself, we went to the auditorium at Mackenzie High School to engage in a game of badminton. And of course, Douglas was there. He set up the nets and he provided us with the equipment to play the game. And to my surprise, of course, I lost the game to Dr. McDonald, and Douglas was there and he had a good laugh. I remember he was there and he laughed like a little boy, and he said to me, "A smile make a girl beat him up," and he had a good chuckle. And I says, "Yeah, I did, you know," and we laughed about it. It was good times. And I challenged Douglas. I says, "I'll make a girl beat me, but I wouldn't make you beat me." And that was one of the worst mistakes I made. I looked at Doug. He was a, a nice, well, solid built guy. And I figured, you know what, I can probably give him a run for his money. And to my surprise, Douglas creamed me in badminton. I think he won the game, and I managed to score 1 or 2 points on him. And I challenged him and I said, you're not going to beat me in the second game. And if you do, I will not leave Guyana until I beat you to a game of badminton. And the game we played, and he even creamed me even more. He was a good badminton player. On and off the field, at work and at play, I saw Douglas as a strong man. And my definition of a strong man is being a strong man includes being kind. There's nothing weak about being kind and compassionate. There's nothing weak about looking out for each other. And there's nothing weak about being honorable. Unlike what most believe, you are not a sucker for having integrity and treating others with respect. In memory of our friend Douglas, the Mackenzie High School Alumni Association North American chapter will be setting up a scholarship in honor of his legacy. Ms. Janelle Grant and Ms. Ina Gittens will be overseeing the rollout of this initiative. I will always remember Douglas as someone who gave a voice to the voiceless. He comforted the sick, and he gave opportunities to those that needed them the most. Many of my friends I went to school with during the course of the last week, they've reached out to me and expressed how much of a caring individual he was. So many of my friends have called and mentioned that Douglas would always check up on them, and they were always he was always sending them nice messages. A friend of mine shared that he recently purchased a treadmill from her store, and of course, the opportunity never arrived for him to pick up the treadmill. The last time we spoke, she mentioned that the treadmill was still sitting at the store and she was looking at it. Another friend of ours shared the fact that she wasn't doing well, and Douglas was always calling and checking up on her. And it was so sad for her when she called him to check up on him. They spoke and everything was fine. And the night after, she wasn't able to connect with him. Douglas was a noble man with a good heart. It's evident that Ms. Gittens had planted seed of hope, love, compassion, and righteousness in that good soil of Douglas. The Lord has called him home to rest. So it now falls on us to continue his legacy to young people in Linden and wherever he was of influence. Ms. Gittens, I know it's a very difficult time, but I want to close with the reading of Isaiah 41:10. And it reads, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am God. I will strengthen you and I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteousness." I hope you will find comfort in those kind words. May God bless the legacy of our friend, Douglas Charles Gittens. Thank you.
Thank you.